Hey, what's going on, you guys? Mr. Fluxus here, bringing you another video. Today, I'm going to be playing one of the last chapters or episodes of The Wolf Among Us, but there's not much of a reason to
I know,
worry about that
but
all
we
too
have to
much.
do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When does this thing
That's not
happen?
Are we
the
sure he's coming?
big thing in this
Yes,
video.
you'll have an opportunity
This
to.
video is more of an update video of what's been going on.
He's back.
and why I haven't been
Crooked Man.
uploading in the last few
God.
months.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours.
But I will be.
We were
playing
worried
this
you'd run
game
into
at the
some
same
trouble.
time, so
At the Crooked Man's
Yeah.
place. And after what happened with Mary,
Well, he didn't make it
this is
easy.
one of my favorite
What happened?
episodes. of
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
we can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know. I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
Could
What do you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get off?
Poor
You
girls.
think you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook!
This?
You gotta calm
You should be
Fucking
ashamed.
shithole.
Everyone,
Rip your arm off,
can I have your attention?
boy.
Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder.
Just let me say this as well. This game, The Wolf Among Us, is a Telltale type game, so it's a lot of dialogue and little moving around and clicking different responses to interact with people and to follow along the story and come with different outcomes and different endings in the game. So it's a multiple ending type game.
As
of
I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White.
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Oh, I
Is
wonder
he
where
still
he is.
out there?
Sincerely hope not.
Should
Well,
I
where
say
is he?
this, though?
Sheriff?
Even though
I killed him. He's dead.
I'm not-
He's... what?
I
Dead. So you
stabbed him.
see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie
Honestly
made that
speaking,
perfectly clear.
In which case, you
The
still
biggest
have a
reason
lot
for
to
me not
answer for.
uploading
I was
I
told
don't...
would be
I would be allowed to
procrastination.
speak.
We have to read the rest of the
What
charges.
other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf,
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're involved.
Come on, it's obvious.
And there's all the other crap he's...
Sorry, I paused real quick. I was just thinking of an answer to respond to, and I'm gonna go with you're responsible.
I know you're responsible. You've been behind all of this from the beginning. So cut the shit.
We all know who you are. We know what you've
Just
done.
give it up already.
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
ground.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we-
with...
See, this is the tough decision right at the end of this. I'm gonna have to decide whether to lock him up, throw him down the witching well, or break his scrawny little head off. I'm gonna have to go with throwing him down the well this time, though, because I'd rather not have the whole town fear me as the big bad wolf.
Promised you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
This is ridiculous.
By the way, I should also mention or preface this as well. I will be doing other Telltale games, like the Borderlands Telltale game. I'm going to be posting probably the entirety of that game on my channel. That will be an upcoming video, and there's going to be some upcoming Let's Plays and a couple horror games that I will be releasing videos on in the coming next few days, maybe week even.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Same story.
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder
Well, if you
keg.
covered it
If
up.
you were so offended by it, why'd you cover it up then? If it had nothing to do with you and your shit, then why'd you try to protect him for so
What
long?
cover up? I never made any attempt to hide Georgie's criminal activity from you. I learned of it myself
For
only
fuck's
recently.
sake. Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby.
She's
When
not
you
wrong,
finally
though.
showed up at my door last night, wasn't I
He
more
was
than
bullshit.
helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
You weren't being helpful. You were trying to set me up. Your people tried to kill me.
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it
Same
because they want to
responses
protect
to
me,
the-
as I
another
protected
choice I
them.
had picked on a
You
different-
understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
They didn't want to protect you. You'd better have a point. I think you're done. I think I'm gonna go with they didn't want to protect you.
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people. Use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that,
No, I think
hired
there
help.
might be another
I see
episode.
some of them are here among you. They are not my
Only
slaves.
chapter.
They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted... that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah, that's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant.
But you are.
When your government abandoned you,
Exactly
left you
what you
poor and helpless, sniveling on street
Had
corners,
multiple people
I
in
was
the
there to
game.
look out for you.
They want me to save them from the debts that
Yes,
you
but
put on.
Wasn't I?
Crane was the one who let this town go to the fucking dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had
her
back in the
story's
homelands.
another
Everything
story.
that matters,
Snow
anyway.
White
With nowhere else
didn't
to
wanna burn
turn, she
and
came to
fucking
me
everything,
for help.
which I said.
And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living,
Illegal, like,
provide for herself. And what
Copy
did they do?
other people's identity.
She wanted my tree destroyed, but Bigby refused.
What?
You were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
Is that true? Don't blame Snow. She had her reasons. Greenleaf was using her magic to help Crane and the Crooked Man. That's why Snow wanted your tree burned.
That's not why.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with a crooked man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away, but I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise.
We'll do better last time. We're trying. We didn't get you into this. I don't think I should be a dickhead.
Promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect you. We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you, exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength. And if things didn't fall exactly his way, someone would die.
He took Faith and Lily from us. And while we can never get them back, we can certainly punish who's responsible.
Which I'm surprised he isn't here. I think
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
he's.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie
murders.
was working for you. Bigby got a confession
A confession that nobody heard.
Evidence.
Now, I'm no
Evidence will
barrister,
be showing
but I
up at
think
the
such
door
a statement
at
would
any
carry more
moment,
weight if
my
Bigby
boy.
weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke, especially given Bigby's
You have no
history.
clue.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
And what about your history? All you've done to this fucking town?
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing
Evidence
this.
will be at the door
I
in a
just
minute.
need-
Of course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course.
I'm gonna go with where
Where are you going with this?
If I'm to blame for Georgie's mistakes, shouldn't Miss White be held accountable for Bigby's actions as well?
Like what?
How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody?
I didn't do anything.
He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
That was different.
That was Bluebeard, not me.
He was a murder suspect.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those
What
two
behavior?
girls dead.
where's
It simply
your proof?
never happened.
Crookie?
Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own
This
crimes.
isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Everyone just shut the fuck up.
I mean, a certain level of privilege should be afforded to
To who?
This is how it's always been.
Yes. See, this is exactly to what I'm speaking.
Listen
We
to-
lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the—
Bigby? Miss White!
There's my evidence right on.
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath a little
What's
while?
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
What?
She has something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut
what
up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Should I blame?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
Vivian killed herself back at the Pudding and Pie.
I'm sorry, I don't think I
Nerissa!
know-
My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear.
By the way, she
It's
is
going to be-
the
He
Little Mermaid.
ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
Big B,
I was
Big
in the
Bad
goddamn room when he did
No,
it.
it's not
Faith and
funny.
Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me.
Wolf.
And this just
There's
confirms
Beauty
it.
and Beast.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have
Don't
never
blame
done anything without
All
his
he is
say-so.
control.
Ever.
The
You're
white
going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Tweedledum,
Did you now?
Bloody Mary.
Looks like we found our evidence.
She
Jersey
saw it
Devil,
firsthand.
He's guilty.
Bluebeard.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well. No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you.
Crazy.
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
I could always rip your arms off first. Would you enjoy that?
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know
This
that, but
boy's
we
going
don't
down
have to
the
kill
well.
anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has
more
a point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been enough bloodshed
So we
already?
get rid
It's
of
too
him.
dangerous.
Get him out of
We
here.
can send him away.
Everyone, listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Look, I'm making the call.
Why should you?
He is the only officially appointed representative here.
Right. Bigby should decide.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's
it's...
what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow,
Just do what you think is right.
Boy, you
Yes,
going down
Sheriff.
the well.
everyone, I'm...
Not this way.
Good time action. Yeah.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep.
Finish it, Sheriff.
You're going to miss me.
No, I won't.
Now I won't be feared as the big bad wolf for ripping his head
For
off.
Lily. and faith.
Yes, another one of us to erase from the books.
And I do promise I will be uploading and trying to upload more and more consistently.